Members of the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) are still receiving 33,000 monthly allowance from the federal government, despite the announcement from the Director General, Brigadier General Yushau Ahmed, that the payment to 77,000 will begin by February 2025. Some members of the Corps who spoke to Trust TV in Lagos said with the continuous payment of 33,000 naira at the end of February, the announcement by the DG has proved to be false. Here's more in this report.
At the Agege Local Government Secretariat in Lagos State, where COP members gather for their clearance and meeting with the local government inspector, officials of the NYSC, amongst them the state coordinator, declined comments on the issue and directed all inquiries about COP members' allowance to the national headquarters in Abuja. However, some COP members in the state lamented the non-payment of the 77,000 naira approved by the federal government, despite assurance from the COP's DG that they will start receiving the payments from the end of February.
Yes, we've been paid, but it's just our normal 33,000 naira. Yes, they promised to pay us 77k, like we've heard from the DG, we've heard from federal government. They said they've added it to the budget, that they will implement it, but we still received 33k for this February month. So that's what I can say about 77k. So they should just, please, if they want to pay us, they should. And if they won't, they should not promise.
In my own view, I really see that as a political declaration, and it has not been effective since last year, whereby we have been told, because a whole lot of families have already pinned their mind that their children are collecting such amounts, and it's so disappointing that we haven't received that amount since last year, whereby that they want to exercise the minimum wage and cutting across down to all corps member across the whole state. So we haven't received the 77k allowance.
For me, I feel the reason why they have not been able to give us this is because they've not been able to fully put it in the budget, because at one time the budget was reviewed and we were not sure whether they were telling us the truth or not, and we were promised initially by the DG that we're going to be paid this money by this month, but we did not see it. So it is really frustrating because a lot of members have to live on that 33,000, which doesn't really go far, doesn't really do much.
The 77,000, we heard it has been officially announced, but we don't know the reason that it has not been paid, because our current salary was still 33,000, which were all open for 77 to be paid this February, but we don't actually have a valid reason that it has not been paid.
Well, we were paid 33,000 for last month, I think a week ago or so, and even though they told us they would pay 77,000, so 33,000 so again. I think at this point, I don't know. I feel like we can't really say when they will start making payments, even though they told us that this is when they will start, and repeatedly we've still not gotten paid 77,000.
COP members are calling on the federal government to keep to their promise, as many of them are struggling to cope with the 33,000 naira monthly stipend due to the country's economic hardship.